The Akashic Records hold all information, past, present, and future, and are available to assist you now.
Do you seek answers within yourself but don't know if you can trust your intuition? Do you desire positive change in life but feel unsupported by others? Do you suffer from failure to execute but have hit your point of enough? Not only have I been there, but I have found my way out, and so can you. The Akashic Records are your key to understanding any area of stagnation and hold solutions to your greatest challenges. My mission is to teach you everything I know about the Akashic Records, how to use them with mastery, while always staying in beginner's mind, which will keep you humble yet powerful. It's all within you. Come, let me show you.
What have I gained from the Akashic Records? Reading the Akashic Records has strengthened and deepened my intuition, and at the same time allowed me to build a deeper connection with the inner wisdom of my gut and my heart in order to be able to support and challenge the decisions that I've made in my head.
Learning to read the Akashic Records helped me to cultivate the courage and the knowledge to start a new business. It helped guidance become clearer. It helped me become more confident for my entire life moving forward.
The records are now open. Welcome everyone to the 115 episode of Akashic Answers with Emily. Woo, my third eye's already going off. I am so happy that you are here. So grateful that we get to share this next half hour of enchantment, of magic together. If you are new, please let me know that you are a first timer by saying hello to me in the comments. And if you have been here before, let me know. You guys know the drill. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And if this is the first time we are meeting, my name is Emily Harrison. I'm the founder director here inside the Akashic Academy. I am an Akashic Records mentor. I work with visionaries and thought leaders, training them to access their Akashic Records so you can instantly clear your karma and tap into your unique creative genius. This is a powerful self-actualization tool that allows us to brush, to glimpse, to learn to hold truly our highest potential here on the planet. It lights me up, and I am so excited to share it with you. That's my mission, is to return this technology of the Akashic Records to the planet for empowerment, for freedom, so we can learn to understand what our highest potential is, what we're here to create, what our mission is here on the planet, and we can more adeptly understand the lessons of evolution, the lessons of our soul growth. The things that we messed up along the way that keep us from our freedom. So I'm super excited to share that with y'all today. All right, here's what to expect over the course of the next half hour. If you are new to the records, don't worry. I'm going to start by sharing a high-level overview of what the Akashic Records are so we can all play together in the same sandbox. All right, little preview about how they work. They work by asking questions. That's why I'm encouraging you all, and you see some people already asking questions here. All of the intelligence, the magic, the energy healing that we get to experience here together today is going to be based on your questions. The records work by invitation only, meaning we ask questions, all right? A lot of times people don't know what questions to ask. So look, I've got y'all hooked up today. Scroll back up to the top of the comments. If you're new, if you're not sure what questions to ask, scroll up here. You can see we've only got a couple of them that show up here on the screen, but if you tune into the comments there, you'll get some ideas of different questions you can ask to extract insight, wisdom, guidance from the records. All right. So once we do a high-level overview of the records so we can all play together, we're going to dive in, and I will channel for you from the records based on the questions. Not only will we get insight and intelligence that come in from the records that's here to benefit us all, we'll also get some energy healing, a transmission of energy that begins to shift us on the cellular level, making this whole ball game of evolution just a little bit easier. Okay, y'all? And let's see, anything else I want to tell you? Thank you for following the intuition to be here, whether you are watching live or whether you're watching on the replay. I don't care whether you followed the text message reminder that you got from the Akashic Academy or you followed the breadcrumbs of intuition that led you here. Maybe you were scrolling. You just ended up here. You are here for a reason. I'm happy you're here. It is my sacred intention that whatever reason your soul has brought you into this sacred space today, that there will be insight, wisdom, intelligence uncovered that allows you to look at your life a different way, to perceive yourself, your challenges in a different way. That's the key to shifting everything is looking at it differently. And when we can look at it through superconscious intelligence or the Akashic Records, things change really fast. All right. So stick around. There is something here for you, and let's get started. All right. So high-level overview of what the Akashic Records are. The Akashic Records are the realm of consciousness that hold all information, past, present, all possible futures, and is recorded from a neutral perspective. Neutral means unconditional love and zero judgment. All right. Everybody has the ability to tap into this space of the Akashic Records. Another term for the Akashic Records is the God mind. Another term for it is superconscious intelligence. You might have heard it referred to as the book of life. Okay, but this is a realm of consciousness that holds data, that holds intelligence, and has a record of the journey of your soul forward and backward through time. Not only do humans, do we have Akashic Records, but really any person, place, or thing has an Akashic Record. The planet has an Akashic Record. Your home has an Akashic Record. Your relationship, your business, everything has an Akashic Record. And the cool thing is that when we can learn to shift our mind, shift our consciousness, and tap into this realm, we can start getting instantaneous wisdom, guidance, and clarity that helps us on our journey of soul evolution, of self-actualization here on the planet. All right, so we're going to rock and roll. The records work by invitation only. I think I said that before. That's why your questions are important. We're going to dive into your questions now. We're going to play. The best way that I can show you how the Akashic Records work is to give you an experience of what it's like to have a connection to this space and to be able to see circumstances from a different perspective, which allows us to get information, because you can do this too. This is a skill that I learned. Okay. And I've been teaching since I was a little girl. Actually, I was a Hollywood actress before I did this. So whether I try or not, on some level, it is my desire to entertain you while we're here. Entertain, educate, inspire. But since I was a little girl, I would set my animals up and teach them. So I like to teach. And that's my area of genius, is teaching y'all. But today, this is a done for you. We're going to tap right in. All right. So Miss Trisha Benson, first timer. Welcome, Trisha. Everybody, send Trisha some love-like hearts across the screen. Let's fire up the algorithms here too. Get some interaction going, guys. First time here was given a truth about where I've spent my entire life trying to fit. Am I now on the right road? Let's tap in here. Yes, the right road for all of us is a road where we feel like we fit in. Okay. Sometimes we feel like we don't fit in because of our own perspective, our own hurts, our own pains, and our own traumas. And it's not about finding the right crowd. It's about doing enough work on yourself that you clear all of those traumas and those heavy densities. We all get so hurt when we come into this planet, and when we're children, we're in our most pure divine state, where we're driven by and motivated by our passion. And what happens is we move through this life is we get emotionally hurt. We've got abandonment wounds. We've got rejection wounds. We've got all kinds of shit that come up. All right. That causes us to really shut down, to feeling like we fit in anywhere. So a lot of that is the work that we need to do on ourselves. All right. So if you are feeling like you don't fit in, the memo from the universe is to do work on yourself. Not to say that that's not true. You might have really, well, let's just say we're not all blessed with the opportunity to be surrounded by people who uplift us continually right now. Okay. If you are not, if you feel like you do not have that in your life and you don't fit in anywhere, it's not so much about the people around you, it's about the work that you still get to do. So that's the first thing is to recognize if you feel like you don't fit in. I also don't want to diminish the storyline that many star seeds tap into. So I keep things, I do like to talk about aliens and get super woo-woo with you guys here. You know, I'm not afraid to go there. Although, while I love the aliens and I love past lives and I love all of that, what is going on right now, right here in our own microcosm interests me the most because that's where we have the most opportunity to grow. All right, but I don't want to diminish the storyline around star seeds either. If your soul has experienced incarnations in other aspects of the galaxy and your ass got dropped off here for the evolution that's happening here on the planet, you might very well feel like you don't fit in and you don't belong. However, and all of that gets to be part of our soul growth where we can create inclusion, connection, and truly remember who we are and remember each other. Okay, seeing each other for who we are, seeing ourselves for who we are. As soon as you see yourself for who you truly are, others around you will see you. And if you are surrounded by people who can't see you, they will vibrationally fall away and you will draw to you people who do see you. Okay. All right. So Trisha, yes, you are definitely on the right road of fitting in. Anybody who is wanting to feel like they fit in more. That's even me. I do. I've got some really awesome opportunities happening in my life. My life feels good and exciting and amazing right now. And there's always a part of me that has the desire to fit in and to fit in more and just to be myself and be able to show up and trust that I've done the work, that I've prepared, that I'm ready. All right. So if you want to receive the activation, the energy transmission coming in today that will, first of all, allow you to feel more at home in your body so that you can feel more at home in your family, more at home in your mission, more at home in your community. You can feel more like you fit in. You can see your value more. You can say yes now. There's also an activation here that allows you to see the value of others in a more dynamic way. All right. So if you are receiving this activation, this one comes with a little bit of a caveat. So seeing others in this way, guess who the first person you're going to see is? Whoever you pissed at the most, whoever you think is not that, whoever you have a story or a construct around in your life where you are keeping them in their shadow, you got to release them. Okay? If you're willing to see yourself and everyone in the light, if you want to know what that looks and feels like to truly see yourself and others around you through the highest potentiality, you can say yes now, receiving an activation and opening will allow you to perceive differently. Ooh, that's good stuff. Okay, I gotta make myself some notes because I forget what we talk about once the show's over, and I like to make short videos about whatever we talk about in here, and then I forget. So that fitting in, that was good stuff. Perception. Okay. All right, let's rock and roll. Let's get on to another question. By the way, if you are just joining and you scroll back to the top of the comments, you're not really sure what question to ask, but you want to participate. We love participation. See up here, I'm flashing that up there. It doesn't show all of the question examples, but I did give you examples today to make this easier, make it more fun. All right, who's having fun? If you're having fun, let me know. Let's blow up the comments here, y'all. All right, James. Even what you think you're capable of at the fringes of your thinking is nowhere near what you're actually capable of. Yes, James, thank you. Can we get an amen for James up here in the house? I'm glad you're here. All right. Lena, what is my lesson to learn from my husband's illness? Woo, this is a good one. Thank you for asking this. Let me tap in for you, Lena. The first one is a lesson of allowance and recognizing that his soul chose this. And the guides are also saying that's a big one, because he's not necessarily of the mindset or doesn't really see, doesn't really subscribe to, oh yeah, I chose this, I created this. Like, why would I want to create this? A lot of us are still in that space with the shit that we're creating, whether it's physical illness, whether it's financial scarcity. Why would I want to create that? Okay. And until we take full ownership of what it is that we created, it will continue to be our master teacher. My brain filled in a variety of other colorful and off-color remarks. But this is, Lena, this is a cycle of karma that he has held for a long time. And I'm also, the guys are saying that's far enough to discuss anybody else's health on the air. Emily, I'm saying, okay. So let's just talk in general about what creates illness in our life. Areas where we hold trauma. So anger, resentment, frustration, sadness, all of these things start out as an emotional frequency that we hold in the body. And then eventually they increase their vibrational energy potency, and they become physical dis-ease within the body. Okay. The guys want me to talk about how we manifest things, whether they're good or bad, for a moment. All right. So think about a field of infinite possibility. Okay. The thoughts that you think are out there, we can tune in infinite possibility, think whatever you want, it's all out there. All right. So how do we move the energy from infinite possibility into probability into our reality? Because that's a high level overview, but those are different stages of material vibration of matter that the energy is moving through, from ether to matter, I'll say. Okay. Infinite possibility is ether. That's your thoughts vibrating. That doesn't mean it's moved into the physical reality yet. So infinite thoughts vibrating, what happens is we increase the potency of our thoughts by emotions and by actions and behaviors, who we become. So then the vibration gets a little stronger, and that infinite possibility becomes a probability. Okay, and then the more we consecrate it, then it becomes a reality. So when we learn to perceive, like the farther out we learn to perceive, let's say our thoughts, for example, if you can catch yourself thinking the negative thoughts before you think them too long, they're not going to continue to vibrate and increase in their potency. They're not going to engage with your feelings. They're not going to create behavior. But to learn to unhinge from your negative thoughts is really challenging, because for the vast majority of us, our thoughts are happening on autopilot. The average human has between 12 and 60,000 thoughts per day. When I first heard those statistics, I was like, damn, I hope I'm having them about 60 or more, because I'm an overachiever and I like to be good at shit. And so I thought 60 was good. No, listen to the rest of the statistics. Then I read the rest and I'm like, oh, dang. All right. Average human has between 12 and 60,000 thoughts per day. 90% on average of those thoughts are negative. 80% on average are the same thoughts you had yesterday. And 95 to 99% on average are subconscious. You don't even realize you're thinking them. And then it hit me. I'm like, oh, that's why we meditate, to slow down the mind, to slow down the thoughts. So first We're not having so many repetitive ones all the time. But second, then we can perceive, we have a better chance of catching ourselves when we are thinking the negative ones. Right? Once you know that this is how the energy works of manifestation with your thoughts, and how you consecrate that vibrational feeling or that vibration as you feel it, then it becomes real. It's easier to understand how we create both positive and negative scenarios in our life, but it's all here to teach us. Okay. All right. So, Lena, they want me to get a little bit more specific with what your lessons are. Freedom. This is really tied to freedom for you. So the guides are inviting you to see how it's a high level of freedom. Like most of the time when we're talking freedom and a soul's working through freedom, it's about my freedom to experience what I want to experience. Okay, we still got that entitled kind of energy going on. It's okay. We're young in our evolution as souls. It's cool. We got that entitlement. Right? A more, like an even higher state of mastery that we learn around freedom is allowing other people to their souls to learn whatever their soul is here to learn, and to love them anyway, to not criticize, to not judge. It's a big one. Ooh, huge, Lena, because that's and that is a master mirror for you. It's like the cosmic mirror, the biggest thing for yourself, and the biggest thing that's holding you back from stepping into your powers as a high priestess and medicine woman right now is how hard you judge yourself and how critical you are of yourself. Okay, the guys want to bring in an activation to release self-criticism, and we've got, this is a good one. We've got to replace that with something, and we're going to replace it with radical self-love, radical self-encouragement. Guys are working on several different chakras here. Radical self-love, radical encouragement. One of my favorite things about learning to read the Akashic Records is that once we learn to see ourselves through the perspective of God mind, through the perspective of unconditional love and zero judgment, we become so easy to love. I want you guys to, if I could send through any transmission, you are so lovable. Your life is a freaking beautiful, amazing story, even if you're experiencing it from the perspective where it feels challenging. We all go through those challenging doo-doo kind of experiences. I'm scrolling through here and going back to James's comment. No matter what you are experiencing right now, you are capable of radical creation on this planet and unfolding within. If you want to invite forward that radical creation aspect of you, the part of you that is brave enough to radically love yourself, to radically forgive yourself and others in your life. If you want to know what it looks and feels like to step into that version of you, you can say yes right now and receive that transmission. Whew. Good stuff. All right, we got more minutes to hang out here together. Y'all send some love likes, hearts across the screen if you are enjoying yourself today, and let's keep playing. Let's get some more questions. Belinda, yes. Georgie, yes. Trisha, I feel like the whole world's on autopilot and I'm the only one awake around me. Opening up perception so that we can see others around us. We can draw the light to us and see how truly awake we all are becoming. All right, Tara Joy, Energy Healer. What perceived blocks do I have? Thank you for asking perceived blocks. All right, so when I shared the example questions today, Tara, I almost took that one out about like what's blocking me from manifestation, because I'm like, nothing. Truthfully, blocks are just perceptions. They're not even real. And everything that we want and that we are attempting to manifest, it already exists all around us. Can we see it? Can we perceive it? It's the work that we do on ourselves to bring ourselves into vibrational coherence where we can interact with what it is that we've manifested, right? So I feel you on this. Thank you for calling your blocks perceived. All right. So well, we're using loose language here. It can also be cool, though, to examine these things, because from the human perspective, we don't have all of the information. There are pieces that are unseen. And when we go inquiring about them with the desire to move them out of the way, that can be good stuff. So I left the question in there, but it ruffled my feathers just a little bit, Tara. So thank you again. Perceived blocks. You hear that, everybody? All of your blocks that you're experiencing are perceived. All right. It's Maya. It's the illusion. All right. But from the 3D perspective, let me see what you got here, Tara. Okay. There are definitely some blocks, the perceived blocks around the receiving of financial prosperity and allowing that in your life. And there's a lot of tension in the body around that. And the guides are saying that and acknowledging that you have been affirming and confirming the prosperity that is available to you, that you desire. And a lot of people are like this out there, which is why I'm zoning in on this. So if it's you and you've been working on manifesting and perceiving specifically financial abundance and it's challenging, the guides are saying you're doing it. You're setting the stage. And there's an opening, a cosmic opening and opportunity. Oh, interesting. They're talking about with the galactic alignment of planets that we have right now. This is bringing opportunity for abundance for everyone. And the place to work is opening to receive it. So here are the areas where you want to, and this is for everybody, where we want to look. All right. Notice if there's tension in your body when it comes to thinking about money or thinking about receiving money going in or money going out. And you want to consciously relax the body. I think I've shared this with you all before. This is a big one for me. When on my journey as an entrepreneur, as I was learning to hold more and more abundance, for me to get to the 6-figure mark and to hold that amount of abundance and prosperity and resource and feel safe in it in my life, I had to do some body work. My guide said, your body's not relaxed enough. Like, you don't know how to hold the frequency of relaxation like that, of what it's like to be like, oh yeah, everything's covered. So I had to train my nervous system, right? Another place where we can block the financial flowing resource that comes in is in how safe we feel in the loving relationships in our life, in the intimate relationships in our life. All right. So how strong and safe and sexy and intimate is your relationship with money? Something to try on, and it's an area to play that gives the human sometimes a good analogy to say, wow, how healthy am I in this state? Do I feel comfortable? Right? Because in your intimate situations in your life, what's happening? You're naked, it's raw, right? You come up against desires and trauma, all stuff that's really connected in with our money. See how it's poetically connected for you, and invite that exploration. Try it on. Learn to see things differently. If you can begin to say, okay, I see where I need to relax a little bit. I need to romanticize my story around money. I need to relax a little bit. Okay. Cool. All right, we got another financial one here from Janika. How can I support myself financially? So we're going to bring in an activation around receiving financial abundance and our abilities to source and resource that from within. And that is truly the best way to support ourselves financially, is to learn to source and resource from within. To recognize that it is an energetic. For a lot of us, that means entrepreneurship. I don't know if it means entrepreneurship for everyone. I don't think it can. Otherwise, because us entrepreneurs, we need people working for us and with us on our teams. And for a lot of us, it means working in corporate. as well. I know a lot of you who are light workers and your souls are evolving. You want out of corporate. You want a high ticket out of corporate. But the question is, how do we learn to source and resource from within so that we can become financially abundant wherever we're stationed? All right. Whether you're working for yourself, whether you're working for someone else, with someone else. Okay. Ooh, that's a big one. The idea of for or with. And the guides are saying right now that it's a challenge with the structure of how jobs and career have evolved and been created, how corporate influences and monopolies and the influences around how society moves forward have been driven. And right now we're at a place where all of these paradigms need to come down. When I say all of these paradigms, it's not just paradigms around job, commerce, industry, how the planet is progressing forward, government. It's also around our money. It's around our relationships. It's around our educational system. Like everything is shifting, and we are rebuilding new paradigms in all aspects of our life here on the planet right now. And challenging time to be here. We all volunteered for it, by the way. We all agreed to be here together. All right. And the guides they want me to, they're saying, go back to the idea of sourcing and resourcing from within. Yes, the world that we're experiencing right now, we're seeing because we've given away so much of our power. So this fundamental and primordial question, how do we source and resource from within, is a question to be considered not only through the perspective of career and finances, but also through the perspective of love and self-love, through forgiveness. How do you source and resource forgiveness from within? How do you find inspiration, joy, creativity? How do you source and resource that from within? How do we source and resource from that within? Show us. All we need is the question. Here's the cool thing. We don't have to necessarily have all of the answers right now. The answers are what we call in. So as we're wrapping up here today, I'll just invite you into a soul surrender as we invoke these questions. How do we source and resource our love, our creativity, our joy, our passion, our financial abundance, our connection, our forgiveness, all that we need to thrive here on the planet? How do we source and resource that from within? Oh, so it is. It's a powerful activation. Type yes in the comments if you received that. All right. Before we wrap up today, I have a couple more things I want to share with you guys. Very fun stuff. I'm going to be on George Norrie, Coast to Coast Radio. This is the biggest interview that I've ever done, a massively huge audience. Although here's the caveat, it happens overnight. So tomorrow night between 12 and 2 a.m. Pacific time, I'm going to be live with the man, the myth, the legend, George Norrie. Here is a link where you guys can come check it out. Oh, yay. Tara says amazing. I love Coast to Coast. Tara, I hope that you are going to be there. For those of you who are not going to drag your ass up in the middle of the night, which that's okay if you don't, there is an option for you to watch the replay. However, you must be a subscriber in order to do that. So if you want to watch and listen, if you want to listen for free, this is radio, by the way. If you want to listen for free, you're going to have to join us live. If you want to watch the replay, you have to be a subscriber. Super excited to have that opportunity in front of me. And I want to leave you all with a present, of course. Like I shared before we got rolling in the readings coming in there, this is something that every single one of you can do. This is a skill that I learned how to do. And I learned how to actually, quote, read the Akashic Records, because as you can see, they are not physically here on the planet. I'm tapping in through my mind, through my imagination, AKA my intuition. Okay, intuition is your ability to know something instantly. It's also your imagination. Learning to understand how your imagination works. It's really simple. I break it down super simply. And how you can exercise the imagination or the intuition or your clairs, your psychic senses. That's how you get good at reading messages from the Akashic Records. It's how you get good at making instant decisions that are in alignment with your highest good, where you don't have to mull over them all the time. All right. So if you want to get better, sharper at your decision making, you want to get more clearer messages from your guides and your records, check out this free training, Intuitive Development, that I left here with you. If this has served you, share it out. I love you all. I'll see you back here next week. All right. Bye.
My first experience with the Academy was a one-day workshop, and I made such a profound shift in that one day that I knew I would work with her. Working with Emily this week has been profound and amazing, and the way she presents it, if you listen, you get it.